What up? Quick message to the world of man. The idea that man thinks he can challenge the authority and power of the divine, utilizing the authority and power of his man-made God, baffles me. Excuse me. It baffles the fuck out of me. Now then, just because you believe a thing to be true, well, as I've said in previous messages, it becomes true for you. However, it does not take away from the facts. The fact is this: just because the thing became true for you, it does not mean it has become true for the divine. You, man, seem to think that such a thing as a grand, omnipotent being that is unconditionally loving is merely a ruse, a joke, an illusion, a lie. When in actuality, the very thing that you have created and convince yourself to believe that it is all powerful, convince yourself to believe that it is omnipotent, convince yourself that it has any saying in the operation that is the universe, is indeed grand, is indeed this living God. Just because you believe in it, it did not become true for the divine. Now, one needs evidence in order that they may believe in whatever it is they may believe in. So let's say you, man, throughout your evolution, due to your belief in whatever shit that you believe in, the evidence has revealed itself to you. Meaning, this invisible power of yours that's sitting somewhere in the clouds that you have convinced yourself indeed exists, which have influenced you to go forth and commit all manner of unspeakable evil against innocent souls such as myself. And by doing this unspeakable evil, chastising all those that truly and genuinely believe in the living God, you have convinced yourself that by following this specific course or path, it makes you the chosen ones. So your evidence of destroying the lives of loving children of the Most High, you have watched your influence and your manipulative tactics cloud the judgment of these innocent, unsuspecting souls, because they're in a world, they know not who they are. They yearn to do that which comes to them naturally, which is to love and give love. So you took advantage of that kind nature of theirs, and again, by clouding their perception, you convinced them to utilize their own God-given power, ability, authority over their life to create it how they see fit. You manipulated them to create chaos for themselves. And by committing this manner of unspeakable evil, you place yourself in a position of authority, now convinced that you're powerful. Why? Because you're able to manipulate the minds and the perceptions of souls to do that which you want them to do. Disgusting. Would you not agree? Pathetic. Would you not agree? Sad. Childish. Weak. Would you not agree? And so now you stand before me, one of those innocent souls that has been at the mercy of your constant attack, energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, under attack. And yet day after day I rise. Why? Because if you truly knew who I was, you will understand why. Through all your hexes, through all your spells, through all your illusion of power that you have convinced yourself you have to manipulate the mind and perception of so many within this world, it does not work on me. Why? Why is it a soul that is in a reality where we have broken every other soul that has come, and yet every tactics that we have used and we have watched it worked to guide these souls off of their divine path, why does it not work with him? I'm going to leave you to answer that for yourself. In actuality, you've been knowing the answer, but because of your belief in your illusion of power, you still refuse to accept the facts. You still refuse to accept the presence that I am. And yet, day after day, you still choose to run to that illusion of power, to disturb my peace, to cloud my judgment, to manipulate my thought process, to delude my perceptions. Again, as I've said, disgusting, pathetic, weak, sad. The idea of a living God, how one can arrive to a place within themselves to behold the glory of the reality that they find themselves in and convince themselves that there is not an anchor, there is not a wise and intelligent being that is orchestrating the very movement of every person, place, and thing. It baffles me. So much so that this entity, this being, this human convinces themselves that I'm not going to believe in the reality that such a grand being, such a grand existence, such an omnipotent being exists, and place my trust and faith in that. I much rather believe in something, someone that has been created and handed to me in a book, suggestion to my conscious awareness that something, someone, somewhere beyond the clouds is, something, someone beyond the clouds have created me, placed me in a world where I am constantly at the mercy of temptations. And yet, with every temptation, I am watched, I am judged. And if I fail any of these tests, I am to be punished for all of eternity. They much rather believe in such foolishness than believe in a all-wise, all unconditionally loving, omnipotent deity that has no reason to judge, that simply desires your happiness. Whatever you can imagine, it is yours. No judgment, no persecution, no punishment, anything. It is yours. Such a grand truth is unfathomable to many. So they must shrink their consciousness to believe that somebody is watching and judging them. They must shrink their consciousness to believe that the best things of life, they are undeserving of it. So they must settle for the meager existence that they're able to get. Truly, at times, when I allow my consciousness to come down to a level that it is not used to, the concepts that man have succumbed his conscious awareness to, it baffles me because it makes absolutely no sense. To create an illusion of power to challenge the actual existence of the absolute power that gave rise to all. Does that make sense? 11. Let's try to do this for 15. It makes absolutely no sense. And so this message came about just thinking out loud, because this is a thought I woke up with. The idea that man thinks that he is able to challenge the power and authority of the living God with his illusion of power and authority, that is his man-made God, is ridiculous. Everything that you have ever done, you was allowed to do. As I've said, just because you believe in it, it becomes true for you, not for the divine, and damn sure not for any who believe in the divine. So all of your tactics, all of your attacks, all of your manipulation, all of your psychic attacks and whatever the fuck, just because you believe in it does not mean those who rightfully or divinely believe in the divine and one and only true power does not mean they believe in it. And soon you shall see, or actually you're all beginning to see, that indeed there are souls out here that genuinely and authentically believe in the living power that is I am. Because everything you have thrown at them, you wonder why it's not working. And yet here I am at the mercy of my own buffoonery. Soon you will begin to recognize and behold the glory of the I am, that one absolute power that gives rise to all. Soon you shall realize that all along there is an omnipotent, all-powerful, all-intelligent being that has been moving within creation, that is the heartbeat of creation. Soon. Oh, why am I saying soon? Bitch, you starting to recognize that you have been nothing more than an ignorant little child, moved by your ego, convinced that you actually have had power, when it is written, power belongs to no man, power belongs to no one, power belongs to but one. The illusion of power, it truly does destroys the consciousness of man. When will you realize the facts? Power does not belong to you. Power has never belonged to you. But your illusion, your clouded perception, made you think you had any power. So you went about like the big bad boogeyman, the big bad wolf, attacking innocent souls, destroying the lives of innocent people who trusted you, manipulating the minds of divine children to walk away from their divine mission and purpose and path to serve you and your ego. Your time is up. Unique, the Godfather of Consciousness. Be aware. We out here, brothers and sisters. Deuce, deuce.